Sipuan ko, Bes. Ubus na yung...
Tatingin. Hi everyone! Welcome back again to my channel. For today's video, I have a special guest.
Hi, I'm back.
For today's video, we figured out to do a get ready with us video where we kind of chatted while we're getting ready to actually just do nothing just because we want to put makeup. So I'm not gonna go in depth on introducing you again, my best, but you'll get to know her more, me as well, throughout this video. We talked a lot about our lives, about our love lives, about our pasts and everything else. Anyways, without any further ado, let's get on to this video. And if you want to know more about us, just keep on watching. Ano ba iba primer mo?
Yan din.
Sige. Bra. But we need to speak in English. Kiat pa!
So what am I gonna ask?
How old are you?
16.
Oh, it's really young. Really ambitious too.
So what's your talent though? Except for makeup?
Existing. Do you believe in Philippine myth creatures?
I haven't seen one, but I believe in some. My grandfather, who was still alive that time, he was hearing like a lot of like sounds, but it's weird. Sounds like a big eagle or something. So my grandfather went out and he saw that a woman, like a wak-wak. I live in Cebu, by the way, and then she lives in Manila.
Yeah, in Quezon City, but my province, since I know how to speak Bisaya, my province is in Maasin, which is like, I think 5 hours away via ferry from Cebu. So let's talk about how many boyfriends have you had before you... Oh, she's married actually, and if you really want to know her age, she's 26. So how many boyfriends have you had before you got married?
My serious ones, I think it was just 3.
Okay.
My husband is
The third?
the third one.
Okay.
And then it's also one of my longest. I've had like boyfriends. And I always hang out with my cousin. She would bring me to Boys High. There's a lot of boys in there. For some reason, she would always have 4 guys and then it's gonna be 4 girls. There's this one time where I would talk to that guy and then when I get home, somebody else would text me, the other guy, court me and stuff, and I'm like, Ate, what should I do? She's like, oh, say yes. The first time I was in love. I was in elementary when I was in grade 6. Sometimes, I don't know, for some reason, I still dream about him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll make sure Hans will watch this video. How can you do that? Like, you know you're not allowed to have boyfriends, but you're like outside your house holding hands with someone.
Yeah, because my friends are good friends.
We cool.
We cool. I've been hiding my relationship back then for like 4 years from my mom. But I didn't really regret lying.
How many years were you in a long distance relationship with him?
2 years. He came home for my graduation, which is 2010, and then he proposed to me 2012.
Well, me, I can remember my puppy love. His name is Romeo. Well, I don't know if that's really appropriate to say his name, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Yeah.
Hi, Romeo.
And so I was a Juliet for a couple of years. Well, since kindergarten actually. I think we were on the same class in kinder, and he liked me then. Yep, but of course I didn't want to. And then after kindergarten, we moved to our province. Like, I kind of forgot about him because, oh my goodness, we were kindergarten. So, you know. When we moved back to Manila, I didn't saw him yet, but when I was in 3rd grade, that's when I saw him again. When I saw him and he saw me, his face just like sparkled. Every time I would come into class, it's time for him to leave. So before he leaves, he would always make sure to pass by our room. Every time he would try to be close to me, I really get mad. If he really wants to talk, he'd be like 1 kilometer away from me. I really thought that you can get pregnant if a man pokes you, or if a man gets close to you or anything else, because my mom would always remind us, don't have boyfriends, you get pregnant, where you're gonna live, how are you gonna be fed, you're gonna be hungry, you're gonna live in the streets, and this and blah blah. So of course you get scared, you know. I really don't remember how were we boyfriend and girlfriend on 5th grade. grade. I think it was my friend who said yes to him. You know how the paper mate
was the
paper mate. Since in elementary we didn't have the same room because he's in first section and I'm always at the second. That didn't bother me really, even though he was my boyfriend. When we got to high school, that's when everything fell from the roof. When I was looking for my room and I saw the list of people inside this room, I saw my name and I saw his, and I'm just like, my best friend was there and she was like, I know, he's our classmate. And I'm like, this can't be happening. So I broke up with him through a paper again. When I look back to it, I feel like on my end, I see these things as puppy love. But on his end, he really believes that I was his first love. Since kindergarten through high school. So after breaking up, he started to still court me for like 3 months. And the way I made him stop was to tell him that if the world was about to end, you're the last person I want to see. I did not tell him that through a paper. I said that to him in front of his face. The smile that he has always just turned into the saddest, the most hurt person in the world. I'm actually really sorry if you're watching right now. I really am so sorry. We were kids, you know that.
So is he in a relationship right now?
Yeah, he's in a relationship right now. Actually, after me, all the other girlfriends that he had was named with Anne as well. Like the second part of the name has Anne. So everybody was like teasing me about that. You know, he's still not over you.
So after that,
nothing. I loved doing stuff in high school, like being a leader, choreographing stuff.
you know how to dance?
Most of my high school was spent on folk dances. I feel like I was partnered with Romeo one time for my folk dance one time.
Really?
Yeah, I was. So that was the first time I've ever held his hand and everything else. Oh my gosh, kinikilig ako. For on our first year.
I bet he was really happy.
No, but I know we were kind of done with each other. We both know that we were done.
That's a good thing though, your sport.
Him being a part of my life actually that did not end in high school. I've never seen his mom. I've seen his dad before when we were in elementary because his dad used to walk him from school to home. When I was getting married, I have no clue that this was gonna happen. The photographer place that we took to cover our wedding had this secretary. After our wedding, like the release of our photos are just taking so long, and the printed books and everything else, like the photo albums and all, it's just taking so long. So I was so pissed off. And then when it was finally available, we went to their office again while she was doing the whole shebang, getting the receipts in. She looked at me and she said, "Ma'am, can I ask you a question?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And then she said, "Do you know someone named Romeo?" And when she said that, everything just clicked in my head. And I looked at her and I said, "Don't tell me you're his mom."
Oh my god.
And then she said, "Yes." When she said that, I'm just like, my body was so hot. And I'm just like so, I know, so ashamed. You know, pissed off on the text to her, talking to her. And she calls me ma'am. "You're his mom. And you call me ma'am." And my mom was beside me, and even her, she was like, "Small world, huh?" And I'm like, this world is getting too small. It really is. She said, "You're the first love of my son." It was just so cute when she said that, because that means that he told her about me. If you have a man that, you know, talks to his mom about his love life and all about a girl that he loves the most,
close then.
that's the perfect guy. That really is a guy that you need to hold on, because that's gonna be a guy who would love you for the rest of his life. And I said, "Did you know before, like the very first time I came in this office to sign the contracts and all?" And she's like, "No, ma'am, I did not know." She still calls me ma'am, and I'm just like, "No, please stop calling me ma'am." She said, "I actually just found out after the wedding, because she had the photos on her computer." And she said, "Well, I had these files on. Romeo was behind me, and when she saw you in my desktop, he said, 'Ma, that's Leanne. That's my first love, remember?'"
Oh my goodness.
The fact that he still, you know, labels me as his first love, it's really, really cute. And I guess if you would ask me my embarrassing moment, that one would be, that was the last time he was ever involved in my life.
Remember, I have 3 serious ones. So my very first one, whenever they would court me, I would tell them no, but then whenever they're not courting me anymore, I would look for them.
Okay,
So when he courted me again, I said yes. I was first year high school this time, and I did not no, that time he's got another girlfriend in the second year high school. So I went to that girl's classroom. He didn't actually see me. I just peeked and I saw them beside each other.
Man.
I was really crying, and then after that, when I was in third year, so I really liked this guy from our band. He's fourth year, but then my first boyfriend courted me again. So
Tanga.
what I did is I said yes to that guy.
To your ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, my ex-boyfriend. I
See?
said yes to him.
Sabi ko na nga ba, tanga eh.
But then I have another boyfriend.
Somebody's having a revenge. And that was it. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. We really did enjoy filming this, and I hope you had fun knowing more about Ate Tina, knowing more about me, about our past. But yeah, I hope you again enjoyed this video, and if you made throughout this video, if you're still watching at this moment, thank you so much. I think this video is gonna be long.
Yeah, it's pretty long. Took you forever to put lipstick.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't know our social media accounts, I will be linking everything down below. Bes Tina's Facebook, you know the drill. Everything else is down there. But yeah, if you like this video, please click the thumbs up and comment down below what you think. Subscribe if you haven't already. And me and Bes Tina will see you on the next video. Bye!